In this class, we'll discuss regarding political justice as it is enshrined as an objective in the preamble and as regarding political justice. The Constitution of India provided right to vote, right to stand in election without any discrimination on the basis of religion, race, caste, and sex, and also regarding place of birth, and all the majority citizens of India as per Indian Majority Act who are above the age of 18 has the very right to vote, and regarding that, the Constitution provided universal adult service or universal adult franchise, and the very Constitution and establishment of an election commission of India also election commissioners in respective states and to registered political parties and to determine the very limits of constituencies and to change their jurisdictions and all the matters relating to general election or any by-election in regards to the Parliament of India or in regards to any state legislatures. So also the very election of the President of India and the Vice President of India. So all this we found the very powers and functions of the Election Commission of India and its right to determine exactly to enroll the citizens into the electoral roll of India as all are provided under Article 324, Article 325 and Article 326 of the Constitution, and to implement all the working of these provisions, the Parliament and the Union government enacted the Representation of People's Act in 1951 and also brought another piece of legislation, and that is the Citizenship Act of 1955. So, as per the provisions of Article 19, every Indian citizen and people in India, they have certain freedoms which are related to the political justice, such as freedom relating to right to speech and expression, and freedom to form associations and unions, and freedom to assemble. All this relates to the very free right to free speech and expressions and to form political associations or political parties and political unions or organization, and the right to assemblies. Also, there are certain reasonable restrictions, but these very freedoms, as provided under Article 19, as regarding to freedom of speech and expression, freedom to form political associations and all other associations and unions, and the very freedom to assemble or to gather at any place with certain reasonable limitations are relating to political and civil rights of the citizens and people, so also the very idea developed regarding the right to vote and to stand in election in relation to those under trials who are in either in judicial custody or in political or in police custody as under trials, they must be given the right to vote and they even to stand in elections, and all this relates to the political and civil rights of the individuals and citizens as provided under the Constitution. So also, Article 20 of the Constitution relating to double jeopardy, which relates and provides that no one can be punished for the same offense twice. And this also relates to the very civil and political rights of a citizen or an individual. So also, Article 22 provides protection against arrest and detention. And as regarding that, all the acts enacted by the state as the Preventive Detention Act or National Security Act or the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act or the acts relating to smuggling, etc. Protections is provided to those who are arrested and detained under those acts, and those freedoms or liberty provided to the individuals and citizens that they must not be arrested and detained without any procedure established by law or in violation of natural justice, and for that there must be the necessity to take advice of the advisory board constituted under this very provision of the Article 22. So, all this relates to the very idea of political justice. So, as we are in a parliamentary democracy, and that is also a form of representative democracy where the citizens have the right of universal surface or universal adult franchise, and they have not only the right to vote, they have the right to stand in election to the Union Parliament or to state legislatures and even to local authorities like the Metropolitan Council or municipal corporations or to any district or block level elected councils also under Panchayat Raj regarding the Gram Panchayat, etc. So, all this reflects that Indian citizens and peoples are provided political rights and civil rights, and these political and civil rights to be implemented by the state as per the provisions of the Constitution, and as India is a signatory to the very international documents, that is Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which was enacted in 1948 by the General Assembly of United Nations Organization, and also India is a signatory to the international covenants on political and civil rights of 1966. So, all this relates to the very idea of political justice as we found ancient in the preamble, so also on the different parts of the Constitution relating to political freedoms or political rights, and for the necessary implementation of these provisions, the state brought the necessary legislations like the People's Representation Act of 1951 and the Citizenship Act of 1955. So, in our upcoming video, we'll discuss some other ideals enshrined in the preamble, and one of those is liberty.